Child's Song by Marjorie Pickthall. When the child played in Galilee, he had no wine clear maple leaves, no west wind singing of a sea of the frosted sheaves, and with myrrh his head was bound and crowned. When the child lived in Nazareth, he watched the golden anise seed, with daisies wide and thin spread, and hyssop flowing for his need, and the late crocus from that flame for her God. And the child dwelt in Palestine, of the brooks the willow grew, olive and aspen, oak and pine, sweet sycamore and yew, but one dark tree of all the seven stood high as heaven. Adam and Eve by Marjorie Pickthall. And the first dark had fallen around them, and the leaves were weary of praise. In the clear silence beauty found them, and shewed them all her ways. In the high noon of a heavenly garden, where the angels sung with birds, beauty before their hearts could harden had taught them heavenly words. And they fled in the burning weather, nothing dawned but a dream. Beauty fastened their hands together, and cooled them at her stream. And when day varied and night grew stronger, and slept as a beautiful must, and she bid it a little longer, and blossomed from the dust. Again, by Marjorie Pickthall. Just to live under green leaves and see them, just to lie under low stars and watch them wane, just to sleep by a kind heart and know it loving again. Just to wake on a sunny day and the wind blowing, just to walk on a bare road in the bright rain. These are God, and the night and the moon showing again. Canada to England by Marjorie Pickthall. Great names of our great captains gone before beat with our blood, who half had blood of thee. Raleigh and Greenville, Wolfe and all the free, fine souls who dared to front the world in war. Such only may outreach the envious years, their feebler crowns and fainter stars remove, nurtured in one remembrance and one love, too high for passion, too stern for tears. On little isle our fathers hailed for home, not only by standards in the host, laid where their sons shall follow, motherland. Quick as the north wind, ardent as the foam, behold the invulnerable ghosts of all past greatnesses about thee stand. Christ in the Museum by Marjorie Pickthall. Bronze bells and incense burners, and a flight of birds born out of iron and finest spray. A diver told the longest summer day how sure, how swift the night. Now the silent treasury so high no lips may kiss, no grieving hands have clung, numbered and keyed Christ is hung. The many pass him by, none pause. Here comes no agonies, no dreams. Nothing is here to hurt him nor to wake. Year after year the golden iris gleams a little paler by a lakeward lake, and the dust gathers on the hands, beside the lonely head of love crucified. Daisy Time by Marjorie Pickthall. See, the grass is full of stars, fallen in the brightness. Hearts they have of shining gold, rays of shining whiteness. Buttercups have honeyed hearts, bees they love clover, but I love the daisies dance on the meadow o'er. Blow, oh blow your happy winds, singing summer's praises. Up the field and down the field are dancing with the daisies. Dedication by Marjorie Pickthall. Lord, on this paper white my soul would write tales at the heart of old, of perilous things and bold. Kings as young lions for pride, lost cities where they died, last in the gate. A cry that told some eastern throng a prophet was come by. The song of swords, the song of beautiful, fierce lords, gone down among the swords. The traffic and the breath of nations spilled in death. The glory and the gleam of a whole age snared on the golden page, such is my dream. Yet thanks if yet you give crumbs by which I live, blown shreds of beauty, broken words half unspoken, so faint, so faltering, they may not truly show the blue on a crow's wing, the berry of a briar cupped in new snow, as though the snow lit fire. English Flowers by Marjorie Pickthall. Ye have been bought with an immortal price, a wind flows quick as thought of love and solitude, and daffodils the year's young sacrifice when summer's on the wood. In no forgetful hour for the wind-trodden gold, or follow a spring's dower of leaf and swallow spray, man gave the flow of life that I might hold blossom and leaf today. Evening by Marjorie Pickthall. And the white iris folds the drowsing bee, then the first cricket wakes a fair host of his enchanted breaks. The dark moth has sought the lilac tree, and the young stars, like jasmine of the skies, are opening on the silence. Lord, there lies dew in the rose and dream upon mine eyes. Lovely the day when life's wrapped in splendor, walking the ways of Gordon strong with wine, and the pale eve is wonderful and tender, and night is more divine. Fold my faint olives from their shimmering plain, or shadow of sweet darkness fringed with rain, give me to-night again. Give me today no more. Have before me silence is more than laughter, sleep than tears. Sleep like a lover faithfully have sought me down the enduring years. Where stray the first white fatlings of a fold, where the lendily drops the earlier gold, sleep waits me as of old. Grant me sweet sleep, for light is unavailing, when patient eyes grow weary of the day. Young lambs creep close and tender, wings are failing, and I grow tired as they. Light as the long wave leaves the lonely shore, our boughs have lost the bloom that morning bore. Give me today no more. Exile by Marjorie Pickthall. I chose a place where I would rest when death should come to claim me. If the red rose roots will wrap my breast, like white stone to name me. I am laid on the northern steep with roaring tides below me, and only the frosts to bind my sleep and only the winds to know me. Finis by Marjorie Pickthall. Give me a few more hours to pass the mellow flow of the elm-board falling, and then no more than the lonely grass and the birds calling. Give me a few more days to keep with a little love and a little sorrow, and then the dawn in the skies of sleep and a clear tomorrow. Give me a few more years to fill with a little work and a little lending, and then the night on a starry hill and the roads ending. For all prisoners and captives by Marjorie Pickthall. Over the English trees and the English meadows twilight is falling clear, but my heart walks far in the homeless winds and the shadows for those who are not here. Youth and pleasure and peace and the strong flesh clothing, the freeman's soul they gave. Beauty they gave for a scar, and honor for loathing, and life for a living grave. But not of the least they gave was the English, mellow sunlight on beech leaves spread, and a scribble flickering earther to find his fellow with a chestnut husk lie dead. And not of the least they lost was a calm star climbing over the elm tree's height, and the heron high in the mists and warm frost rimming the ivy leaves at night. Night and the early moon, and the dead leaves burning, and England secure and free, with the price of uncounted heartbreaks to water turning across a kindred sea. Night, and the smell of the earth, and the blue reek lifting, straight as a prayer from the plain. Lose them, or sleep, to the sun and the beech leaves drifting, and the stubble fields again. Night, and the robin still, and the long smoke folding, the fellow on either hand, and the spirit of those who saw afar, beholding in dreams their native land. Frost Song by Marjorie Pickthall. Here that the bees slept and the orgies lifted honeyed pipes of pearl, here velvet lip only the swart leaves of the oak lie drifted in sombre fellowship. Here that the flame weeds at the land's light lies the bleak upland webbed and crowned with white. Build high the logs, O love, and in thine eyes let me believe the summer lingers late. We shall not miss a passive pageantries, we are not desolate, when on the sill across the window bars kind winter flings the flowers and the stars. Going home by Marjorie Pickthall. Under the young moon's slender shield, with the wind's cool lips on mine, I went home from the rabiate field as the clocks were striking 9. We used the dark and the level light, the thorn trees dropped with gold, and a partridge called where the dew was white and the grass on the edge of the fold. Had your hand been in my hand, as the long chalk road I trod, the green hills of a lovely land had seemed the hills of God. I shall not go with pain by Marjorie Pickthall. I shall not go with pain whether you hold me, whether you forget my little loss and my immortal gain. O flower unseen, O fountain sealed apart, give me one look remembering yet, sweetheart. I shall not go with grief, whether you call me, whether you deny the crowning vintage and the golden sheaf. O April, hopes that blossom but to close, give me one look and so goodbye, red rose. I shall not go with sighs, but as full crowned the warrior leaves the fight, dawn on his shield and death upon his eyes. A life so bitter sweet and heaven so far, give me one look and so good night, my star. In the Monastery Garden by Marjorie Pickthall. Over the long-souled ridges and the goat-sea poppies between, they built them wild briar hedges and church and the cloister green. And then they were done with the praises, and the tides on forebeat slow, and the white cliff daisies they laid them down in a row. Porphyry, Paul and Peter, Jasper and Joachim, was the psaltery music sweeter than the throat of a thrush to him? Tired of her drones and the dirges, where the young cliff rabbits play, went with the salt of the surges, we laid them down for a day. One may not call to the other, there on the rim of the deep, on the youngest brother lies and smiles in his sleep. And a wild swan's shadow passes, and the ripe fruit falls to the sod, and a faint moth flies in the grasses he dreams in the hands of God. Here for his hopes there follow the violets one by one, the dove sea and the swallow and the young leaf seeking the sun. And here when the last sail darkens, the last lone path is trod, and the rose he hearkens and smiles in the eyes of God. In the gardens of Shushan, the Marjorie Pickthall, be pitiful, her lips have touched the cool clear stream that sets the long green leaves astir. They doves that dream beside the pool sang their soft notes to her. For her these doors that claim the moor's south, bound in red bronze and stayed with cedar wood. And here the bees sought honey from her mouth, so like a flower she stood. For her the gobbled pomegranates grew, and all sweet savory fruits rose perfect from the flower. Here has her soul known silence at the fall of each enchanted hour. Under feet her beauty was laid low, in her deep eyes her beauty was made clear. And the king called her through the evening glow, O Vashti, I am here. Still the sweet wells returned on me her face, still Allah's name when every wind is blown. As shadows in the silence of his place are hers alone. Inheritance by Marjorie Pickthall. Desolate strange asleep and wild came on me while yet a child. I before I tasted tears knew the grief of all the years. I before I fronted pain, fake creation riff and strain, sending ancient terrors through my small pulses sweet and new. I before I learned how time robs all summers at their prime, I few seasons gone from birth, had my body changed to earth. Marching Man by Marjorie Pickthall. Under the level winter sky I saw 1,000 Christs go by. They sang an idle song and free as we went up to Calvary. Careless of eye and corrosive lip, they marched in holiest fellowship. Heaven might heal the world, it gave their earthborn dreams to deck the grave. With souls unpurged and steadfast breath, they supped the sacrament of death, and for each one, far off apart, 7 swords have rent a woman's heart. Mary Tired by Marjorie Pickthall. Through the statue day and night she went into vale of light. The earliest hush she saw got beside her in the straw. One poor taper glimmered clear, drowsing Joseph nodded near, and the glooms arose with wings. She, that knew the spirit's kiss, buried the bright abyss. She was tired of heavenly things. There between the day and night, these she counted for delight. Baby kids with budded heart in the shadowy stable yard, sick and dove, dipped and preened, with the crumbled, well-crop greened. Sparrows in the wine and small, sapphire flies upon the wall, so lovely they seemed musical. And the roof a swift had built, all the newborn airs were spilled, out of cups the morning made of glory and shade. These the solemn eyelids felt, while unseen the servants knelt. When the young mouse, sleek and bold, rusting in the winnowed gold, to a shadow crept and curled near the ransom of the world. Miranda's Tomb by Marjorie Pickthall. Miranda, she died soon, and sick for home, and dark Gloria de Milanese carved her garments, strewn to her knees, holding one orchard spray as fresh as foam. One heart broke, many grieved, Ilero said, someone has gone after her, who knows if any season should renew his rose. But this rose lives till beauty's self be dead. So wrought he days and years, and half aware of a small striving sowing quick thing, wrapped in a furrowed sea cloak, and deaf to bring tools to his hand or light to the dull air. Ghost, spirit, flame he knew not, could but tell it had laughter, and its name was Ariel. My father, he was a fisherman, by Marjorie Pickthall. My father, he was a fisherman, that rowed at the break of day, and hither and thither the long tides ran by the long blue bay. The tides go up and the tides go down, and what do you know of the sea? A voice by the long grey streets overtoned is singing to me. What do you know of the sails at dawn, water of the shell-white foam? Chilling and sweet from world withdrawn, they are calling me home. What is the grief you fain would tell, when your eyes are turned on me? Well it was taught and I learned it well, the grief of the sea. Where do you travel, where do you sleep, where shall you take your rest? At the inn that shelters my father, deep in the sea of the west. O Silver Rose, by Marjorie Pickthall. The dark hour turns so slowly and so sweet, the last still hours soft fallen from the stars. Tomorrow I may kneel and touch thy feet, O Rose of old Shiraz. Lay white wine in amorous lattice to south, O silver rose, and roses breathe thy name, and vow at dawn should felt upon the mouth a kiss I dared not claim. Discrowned, dishonored, reft of pride and power, from a red battle that they hailed me lord, O silver rose, O sweet pomegranate flower, turn me to a sword. Life half so held me to an empty part, life half so snared me, bound and made me blind. Tomorrow may rest upon the heart, for death shall prove more kind. Pieter Marinus, Marjorie Pickthall. Lord, I have known all fruits of this thy world, like Solomon king, I have been fain of all, war, woman, and wine, but mine was built of Nantes. And now, Lord, I'm old and fain for thee, but Lord, my soul so grim and weather-worn, so wrapped and wrung with all iniquities, piracies, brawls, and cheated revenues, there's not a saint but would look twice at it. So when my time comes, send no angels down, with lutes and harps and phone instruments, to pipe out Pieter's spirit up to heaven, past his tall namesake sturdy at his post. But let me lie a while in these thy seas, let the soft gulf stream in the long south drift, and the swift tides that rim the Labrador beat my soul and wash it clean again. But when the waves have smoothed me of my sins, white as the sea-mew or the wind-spun foam, clean as the clear-cut images of stars that swing between the swells, then, O Lord, lean out from heaven and call me thus. Come up, O son of Pieter Marinus, and I'll go home. Quiet, but Marjorie Pickthall. Come not the earliest petal here, but only wind, cloud, and star, lovely and far, make it less lonely. Few are the feet that seek her here, but sleeping thoughts sweet as flowers linger for hours, things winged yet weeping. Here in the immortal empire of the grasses, time, like one wrong note in a song, with her bloom passes. Riding, by Marjorie Pickthall. If I should live again, O God, let me be young, quick of sinew and vein, the honeycomb on my tongue, all in a moment flung, with dawn on a flowing plain, riding between the sun and the rain. If I, having been, must be, O God, let it be so, swift and supple and free, with long journey to go, the cling of a curb and the blow of hoofs, and the wind at my knees, riding between the hills and the sea. Serenade, by Marjorie Pickthall. Dark's the iris meadow, dark's the ivory tower, and like the young moth's shadows, leaps on the passion flower. Gone are our days red roses, so lovely and lost in view, a first star encloses silver buttons of blue. Night and the flame in the embers, where the seal of the years was set, and the almond bough remembers, how shall my heart forget? Sheep, by Marjorie Pickthall. Like the slow thunder of long seas on the height, the God has said nor see, voice so folded sheep in the quiet of night came on the wind to me. Like the low murmur of full tide on the beach, that tide shall never roll, they send the mournful inarticulate speech heavenly on my soul. Passes my soul, the night pass, and the morn bright on the golden sills. Only the hill-fold voices drowsily scorn the comfort of the hills. Sleep, by Marjorie Pickthall. Here is a house so great, so wide, it will take in the whole world's pride. Yet, when I looked, it seemed I saw only a vast room strewn with straw, that was freshed of moony gleams and dew of branches and starbeams. Here, cheek by cheek, the drowsed souls lay, still as leverets in the hay. May it was to see in sleep how each soul had found his brother. Here king and there sweep lay handfast and kissed each other. There queen that had been sad, mothered and sleep a shepherd led, and lovers saw the loved one's face, starlike in a lonely place. At the lamp that gave them light was lovelier than the dreams of night. Angels watched destiny steal it, Christ's own heart laid here to heal it. Stars, but Marjorie Pickthall. Now in the west the slender moon lies low, and the Orion glimmers through the trees, clearing the earth with even pace and slow, and over its daily moving Pleiades, and with soft infinite darkness overhead, hang jewel-wise upon the silver thread. And all the lonelier stars that have a place, calm lamps within the distant southern sky, and planet dust upon the edge of space, look down upon the fretful world, and I look up to outer vastness unafraid, and see the stars which sang when earth was made. The coloured hours, by Marjorie Pickthall. Grey hours have cities, green hours have rhymes, of hearts grown loving in old summer times. The white hours have only a cloud in the sky, and a star, bright and lonely, to remember them by. Gold hours have laughter, red hours have song, drawn from lost fountains of beauty and wrong. At the white hours of the tender as rose flakes they lie, with youth's fallen splendor to remember them by. The Fortune Seeker by Marjorie Pickthall. Holy hooks land in the wind, grandly blowing, crinkled and pearled and lined, thank God for their growing. The burden is only of bees, bent and brown, but she, oh she's worth my world on a head forecrowned. How can she step it so freely, so lightly, earth like a star on a stem, showing widely? More can she carry her wealth of the innocent air? I'm going to marry her, marry her, marry her, just to the wealth of her hair. Larkspurs as deep as the pool, lilies like ladies, silvered and silk that the cool elder tree shades it. These are the queens of the sun, splendid and sweet, but she, my one, flows with her price from her head to her feet. How can she go by the lanes and the ditches, her little proud head unbowed by its niches? How can she carry her fortune so light in the air? I'm going to marry her, marry her, marry her, just for the gold of her hair. The Gardener's Boy by Marjorie Pickthall. All day I have had little thoughts of her. The gardener's boy sang and gaffs in a man. She is quick, her garments make a lovely stir, like wind going in on almond tree. She is young, she hath no eyes, and like the wine her hands enclose me, he is as she is mine. He shall feed among the lilies where I am, learning the silver names. When evening grows, one bow shall hold me and my love, my lamp. Which shall I clasp, has sang, her of a rose, and the palm shadow bared the juniper. He lay at last asleep and dreamed of her. He saw not those who came the night was deep up from the city, walking hastily. One seemed a strong man, one for fear and sleep. One bore a lantern, one moved stumblingly. The gardener's boy dreamed of a sunburned sod, smiling beside the agony of God. The Green Month by Marjorie Pickthall. What of all the colors shall I bring you for your faring, fit to lay your fingers on, fine enough for you? Yellow for the ripe and dry, white for ladies wearing, red for bright roses, or the sky's own blue. Nay, for spring is touched to the elm, spring is found the willow, winds that call the swallow, home sway the boughs apart. Green shall all the curtains be, green shall be my pillow, greener within my hair, and green upon my heart. The house is setting by Marjorie Pickthall. Here is no hedge for you to hold in grief, no cypress, no long willow for despair. The young birch displays his cheerful leaf, and trees most fair. Where the sun affords at morns and poplars 7, where free the eye of all sweet joys may borrow, and amber lifts his prayerful arms to heaven, and free tall pines for sorrow. The Immortal by Marjorie Pickthall. Beauty is still immortal in our eyes, whence waste no more the spirit haunted reed, and the wild grape shall build no more canopies. Rouse no more the moon-grey thistle seed, and the last bell has stilled the white flocks home, and the last eve has stilled the wandering ring and touched the dying foam, and the last moon burns low, and spark by spark, and the little birds die out alone in the dark. Beauty that roses the moth wing touched the land with clover horns, delicate faint flowers. Beauty that bade the showers beat on the violet's face, shall hold the eternal heavens within their place, and hear new stars come singing from God's hand. The Lamp of Poor Souls by Marjorie Pickthall. Above my head the shields are stained with rust. Wind is taken a spoil, the moth is part. Dust of dead men bendeth my knees, and dust, Lord, in my heart. Lie thou the hand of faith upon my fears. A priest has prayed, a silver bell has rung, but not for him, or unforgotten tears, he was so young. Shine, little lamp, nor let thy light grow dim. Into what vast, dread dreams, what lonely lands, into what griefs hath death delivered him, far from my hands? Cradled is he, with half his prayers forgot. I cannot learn the level way he goes. He whom the harvest hath remembered not, sleeps with a rose. Shine, little lamp, fed with sweet oil of prayers. Shine, little lamp, as God's own eyes may shine, when he treads softly down the starry stairs and whispers, "Thou art mine." Shine, little lamp, for love of fed thy gleam. Sleep, little soul, by God's own hand set free. Cling to his arms and sleep, and sleeping, dream, and dreaming, look for me. Little Sister of a Prophet by Marjorie Pickthall. If there arise among you a prophet or dreamer, I have left a basket of dates in the cool dark room that is under the wine, some curds set out into little crimson plates, and a flask of the amber wine, and cakes most cunningly beaten of severed herbs and spice, delicate wheaten, flour that is best, and all to lighten his spirit and sweeten his rest. This morning he cried, Awake, and see what a wonderful grace of the Lord hath revealed. And we ran for his sake. It was only the door not spread o'er our father's field. The house of the potter white and the valley below. With his hands were upraised to the east, and he cried to us, so you may ponder and read the strength of the beauty of God what wrote in the fiery screed. Then the little brown mother smiled, as wonders on the words of the well-loved child, and, Son, she replied, have your oxen been watered and fed? The work is to do, though the skies be never so red, and already the first 3 hours of the day are spent. And he sighed and went. Will he come from the byre? Will his head all misty with dreams, and his eyes on fire, shaking us all with the waves of the words of his passion? I will give him raisins instead of dates, and wreath young leaves on little red plates. I will put on my new hair-dryer, and braid my hair in a comely fashion. Will he note? Will he mind? Will he touch my cheek as he used to, and laugh, be kind? The Pool, by Marjorie Pickthall. Come with me, follow me swift as a moth, o'er the wood doves waken. Lift the long leaves and look down where the light is shaken, amber and brown, on the woven ivy roots of the red, on the floating flower and the weft of weed and the feather of froth. Here in the night all wonders are, lapped in the lift of a rival's wing, a silver shell and a shaken star and a white month's wing. Here the young moon in the mist and clouds swims like the bud of a golden rose. I would live like an elf where the wild grapes cling, I would chase the thrush from the red rose berries, all the day long I would laugh and swing with the black chalk cherries. I would shake the bees from the milkweed blooms, and cool night after night I would leap in the pool and sleep with the fish in the roots of a rush. Clear, oh clear my dreams should be made, of emerald light and amber shade, of silver shallows and golden glooms. Sweet, oh sweet my dreams should be, as the dark sweet water enfolding me, safe as a blind shell under the sea. The Sailor's Grave, by Marjorie Pickthall. Out of the winds and the waves ride, out of the loud foam, he has put into a great quiet and still home. Here may lie at ease and wonder while the old ships wait, and hark for the surge and strong thunder of the full straits. And look for the fishing fleet at morning, shadows like lost souls slide through the fog where the seal's warning betrays the shoals. And watch for the deep sea liner climbing out of the bright west, the salmon sky and the wake shining like a tern's breast. Never know he's done forever with the old sea's pride, worn from the fight and full endeavour on an ebb tide. The Sea Witch, by Marjorie Pickthall. Endlessly fell the chestnut flowers, faint snow throat the honey dark. The myrtle spread his paws to drink deep draughts of salt from the sea's brink, and like a moon-dial swung her towers straight shadow o'er a warded park. From the calm coasts the gallants fled, the fishers stirred them further west. No port was sailed, no keel came home across that pale, enchanted foam, but by a roof of rushes fed, a wandering swallows found their rest. The shadows touched tenderly, the red beam lingered on her dress. White garland the osprey knew her tower across the leagues of blue. A wild swan, when he sought the sea, was laggard through her loveliness. The Tree, by Marjorie Pickthall. In the dim woods, one tree was by the cunning seasons builded fair, with the rain's masonry and delicate craft of air. Unknown of anyone, she was a wind's great daughter, her the dove maid between leaf and sun, his murmuring house of love. Quiet as a seemly fort, infinite strength of shade she stretcheth around. Peace like a spell she wrought, on within clouds groaned. Bred of such lowly stuff, blown mast a sheltering day, a tender night. No stars seem kin enough to accompany her height. She knows not when she grew, summer heart from some forgotten seed. The lovely thought of you told of lovelier need. The Wife, by Marjorie Pickthall. Living I had no might to make you hear, now in the inmost night I am so near, no whisper falling a light divides us, dear. Living I had no claim on your great hours, now the thin candle flame closing flowers, wet summer with my name and these are ours. Your shadow on the dust, strength and a cry, delight, despair, mistrust, all these am I. Dawn and the firehead's thrust to a far sky. Living I had no skill to stay your tread, nor all that was my will silence has said. We are one for good and ill, since I am dead. The Woodsman in the Foundry, by Marjorie Pickthall. Where the trolleys rumble, jars the bones, he hears the waves that tumble, green-linked weed along the golden stones. Where the crane goes clanging, chains and bars, he sees branches hanging, little leaves against the laughing stars. Where the molten metals curdle bright, he sees cherry petals fall in blue violets in the night. And the gallows leaping, rarely heard, he sees roses sleeping, forest roses in a windy world. Thoughts, Marjorie Pickthall. I gave my thoughts a golden peach, a silver citron tree. We clustered dumply out of reach and would not sing for me. I built my fort to a roof of rush, a little by beside. We left my music to the thrush and through at evening tide. I went my way and would not care if they should come and go. 1,000 birds seemed up in air, my thoughts were singing so.